What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Way of Fishing. I'm gonna keep this intro really short. I'm back out here at Sandy River for the third time. The first time was in a kayak. The second time was this.
What's going on? I'm at the boat ramp and I'm looking crazy because I'm talking really loud to a camera with everybody standing around, but that's what you do when you got a YouTube channel, right?
They don't know nothing about that. They just stare at you like, what is he doing
people just wonder who you're talking to. But I am out here on the water with my man, Alan from Gone Fishing 804.
You already know what time it is.
So, let me tell you how this worked. You guys know I had surgery, so I'm less than able right now. The doctor told me that I could fish as long as I sat in a chair on the back of the boat, you know, kind of, I'm doing what I got to do. So, because I can't do everything, there's definitely not going to be any jig head hook sets. Look at them. There won't be any hook sets with flipping jigs or anything heavy. We're actually going to do my finesse gear against his everything he wants to throw, and he's got a bull shad tied on here. But I've got, the heaviest line I've got right now is 10-pound test. I've got 6, 8, and 10, and we're gonna see what happens. We got overcast, we got good looking water, and I'm excited just to be out on the water. I want to appreciate you for running in front of my boat for the entire day.
Nah, he was just talking junk, y'all. He was like, dang, man, I hate you, man. I was like, why you hate me? Because you at the front of the boat. You get the whole front of the boat, so.
Y'all know me.
I'm trying to help a brother out. I'm just trying to help the brother out, man.
You know me. I wouldn't do that.
Don't let him lie to you like that.
Look, I'm done with the intro. I want to go fishing.
I'm going for it a third time. Let me show you guys what I brought. I've got Kitech. I've got a slaughter worm. I've got a drop shot, deep crank, spinnerbait, underspin, Carolina rig rod, Alabama rig rod, 10-inch worm, something's on that jig rod, small jig, and then I've got another deep cranking rod over here. Last time we were here, these fish were out in the middle, suspended on big shad, and they were deep, and I didn't have anything for it. So this time I came rigged to the gills, and we'll see. I've got the whole day. My electronics are working now. Made sure the battery was charged. I didn't have electronics either. So that's 1 minute and 10 seconds. Let's get to fishing. Big old channel cat on a swim bait. Fish number 1. That was fun. Little teeny 4-inch swim bait. Okay guys, this camera's been off for probably about 2 hours. All I've been doing is running around the lake and graphing and looking for offshore fish. Found a bunch of fish suspended under schools of shad. That's a really hard thing for me to do to catch them. Found a back area that's covered in trees. More my speed than the out of the sun. More my speed than the offshore suspended bass deal. So I got me one. About a pound. Nothing huge. Man, the boat's moving and I can't keep y'all out of the sun. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera on my hat and I'm gonna fish around in this back cove and see. It's probably my 4th bite. This first one I've caught but it proof of concept. So I didn't bring a lot of gear to fish in heavy wood, and this is heavy wood. But I got some things, so we're gonna see what we can do. Okay, so now you guys can see what I mean by that. I found some wood, and it's heavy wood. This is heavy. This is heavy wood. This is a lot of wood, and I'm not throwing straight braid in it. I believe I'm throwing 8. Let me get away from this tree. But these fish are so heavy on the shad in this lake. I mean, they're heavy on the shad. It's really hard, and there's a lot of shad in here, but it makes for actual really difficult fishing. I would much rather, like, if I could find a concentration of fish on a point and I could Carolina rig them or something, but what I'm seeing, the graph is lit up, but it's just random fish out in the middle. Trolling through. I've gotten several bites just trolling a 4-inch swim bait behind the boat as I'm graphing, you know, not to waste time since I'm running it on all electric. You know, I'm a fish while the motor's running, so I've just been trolling. Got that catfish earlier, doing that, and then had a few bites, had a small bass chase the swim bait up to the boat, 15 feet of water, middle of the lake, or middle of the cove, out away from everything. He was just out suspended chasing bait, and he was little bitty. He was probably 6 inches. So let me show you guys what this is. This is an Evolution Lures Evil V 4x4, okay? It's a 1-arm spinnerbait. Then it's got 4 arms that come off of the line tie, and each one has a willow blade on it, okay? Look at how this looks in the water. It's beautiful. And these fish that are blowing up on these shad schools, I'm really hoping that one of them will nail this spinnerbait if I fish it below the school of shad or through the school of shad. Well, this is what was on the other side of all those trees. I just had something roll on a spinnerbait. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go very far back in here. I don't have very much water either. But there definitely is a creek that comes in back here. That's good to know. Oh. We hit the tree. All right, I've fished my way out from back there to here with this jig. I haven't gotten a single thump. One of the things that concerns me, I look down, the depth finder is reading a water temp of 90.7. That is smoking hot. That these fish are not going to be up shallow, and I really don't think that well, I did get one, and there's some fish rolling on shad back here, but that water temperature makes me want to get from back here. It totally makes me want to get from back here. Like, that water temperature is boiling. I mean, good gosh, that's cooking fish. Now, that's just the surface temperature. Who knows, down 7 feet, it might be 88 or something. But for sure, the only reason I looked down is I grabbed the jig to pitch it, and the jig was hot. I said, man, that's some warm water. And sure enough, it's 90-degree water. I got another bite trolling the swim bait on a scrounger head. This is not a catfish. Oh, look, it's a little bass out in the middle of the lake doing nothing. He's fighting pretty hard though. This lake, man, this lake is it's a butt kicker for me. Look at it. Look at this bass isn't big, and he's out in the middle. I was trolling to a new spot on electric, and I mean, he cracked that thing, man. I mean, he smashed it, but he's not big. He doesn't have any size to him. He's in the middle of the lake, just suspended fish. Hit the scrounger. Put the swim bait on it. Let's see how long he is. This fish is a keeper, 13 inches. This is my second point, deep, long, tapering point that I've tried to fish. I have not gotten a bite on the first one, and so far I haven't gotten a bite on this one. Tried casting around the swim bait. Now I'm throwing around the crankbait. Seen some fish, seen some shad come up to the surface. Right now I'm sitting in 19 feet of water. The thermocline, see there's shad right there. The thermocline's at 15 and a half feet, and I'm sitting in 19. On a deep crankbait. It's a school of shad over here. Didn't expect to tag one. What do I have? I got a bass. What? Strike King 3XD. Got the job done just now. Still fishing the same point. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, we're gonna keep cranking. I've been cranking this point for about 40 minutes now. Haven't had any other bites. I've caught one fish and I had 2 other bites. So I'm gonna stop cranking for a minute. I want y'all to see this. Look at these shad. I hope this is coming up on camera. This is what I'm contending with. This is everywhere, all over the lake. Nothing's working them. They're just over here. I got big schools up on the graph. The graph is lit up. I don't know where the fish are. They're just scattered everywhere, all around the lake. This is a very hard lake for me to fish.